Dodgers World Series hero Miguel Rojas joins the show. That's coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You guys wanted a parade? We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 clock. Mookie Magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. We've got a very special guest. You guys wanted him. We got him. The Dodgers World Series hero, world champion Miguel Rojas is joining us today. Let's bring him in, Miggy Ro.
Second baseman, number 72, Miguel Rojas.
There we go. That walk-up always gets me fired up, Miggy. So Miguel's got the ring on. You're in Miami. I'm surprised you didn't just stay in LA for a couple of weeks and just get free drinks and free food and like just live it up. But how is life just days after becoming a world champion, a World Series hero? I mean, how's life in the 305 right now, Miggy?
Yeah, I'm still living the dream. To be honest with you, it's really hard to kind of like putting into words just yet. It's really hard to kind of like sleep right now. You wake up every single day with like a ton of messages congratulating you and the team and everybody who's been part of it. I feel like it's really special when you have so many people behind you supporting you, and we can see it on the parade and with the love for the fans around it. And obviously when the season is over, and I mean, it's a long one, you know, we started like really early in the year and now we're finishing November. So it's time for me to kind of be home, be with the kids, and kind of be part of something that I really enjoy as well, which is going to my son's game and kind of enjoying the moment with my people here in Miami. My family did an amazing sacrifice to kind of like be here while I was in LA working, trying to get this done, and it's time for them to kind of enjoy me and kind of having the opportunity to live the dream with me.
Yeah, it's been great to see you at the championship parade where you got to talk to 50,000+ Dodgers fans and just feel that energy. You saw at Mookie's championship party. Let's start there. I want to talk about what that party looked epic. I mean, I saw you vibing. I mean, what was your reaction? How impressed were you with Freddie Freeman's worm?
Yeah, I mean, Mookie's been going out and all about with these parties, and hopefully we can do it a couple more times down the road. But I mean, kudos and Mookie deserve a lot of credit for what we do after we win the World Series. He set the whole thing up. He do it at his house, you know, like he make us feel part of his family, and that's who we are. You know, we are a big family that kind of like go and celebrate together and have a really good time. We got a little bit of everything, you know, from the whole team dancing together to Freddie's just like breaking out the worm right there and kind of like out of nowhere, just dancing in the floor and kind of like being there for the guys. We didn't know that it was going to be on video, but that deserved everything and going viral and all that. It was a really amazing experience, really great time with the teammates, the families, the wives. They deserve that, you know, they deserve to be in that moment with us. And it was an amazing party, an amazing celebration overall from the parade to speaking to the people at the stadium. It was one like great honor to me to kind of like take the mic, the first players to take the mic on that stage. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, it was great to see. And hey, there's going to be parties in Los Angeles all off season celebrating that epic World Series. Now, I want to start with the World Series and just your journey in the postseason I was at Game 5. I was getting ready for the post-game show, and I'm looking at the field. I'm seeing Clayton Kershaw out kind of with some of his friends and families, kind of soaking it all in. And then I noticed you in that Dodgers dugout last guy to leave. You're kind of just looking on the field. What was kind of going through your mind there? It felt like there was a moment there, Miguel.
Yeah, it was a moment for me for sure. Last game at Dodger Stadium in 25. It could mean the last game wearing Dodger blue for me. This is gonna be the first time for me going to free agency, and I didn't know if I was gonna come back and play another game at Dodger Stadium as a Dodger. Even though I say my priority is to sign back with the Dodgers and having another opportunity to play another year. Like we talked after the NLCS, I feel like you don't know, in this sport and in life, you don't know what's gonna happen next year, what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I just wanted to take a moment there to kind of like appreciate my timing in LA at Dodger Stadium, and kind of like I was just talking to myself right there, how proud I was the way that I play in front of all those fans, never take it for granted every single day, giving my everything, like playing every single game during the regular season, like it was game 7 of the World Series. And I finally got to experience one game 7 of the World Series. It was nothing different than me playing in the middle of the year for all the fans in LA. So I just wanted to say thank you and kind of like take a moment right there for me, especially to kind of like get everything in and don't leave to the clubhouse, because I remember in 2014 when I played, I didn't enjoy that much the atmosphere, the fans, and the city and Dodger Stadium. So I didn't want to go back and do the same thing after if it was my last game there.
Yeah, you could just feel it, like something special. It was like watching a movie. You could tell something special was going to happen. And we were pounding our fists on the table here and said, hey, got to get Miguel Rojas in this lineup because of the at-bat quality, just changing the energy, the offense, and just sometimes just a change in inserting you can make something happen. How surprised were you that Dave inserted you into the lineup for Game 6, and just kind of what went into those conversations?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all because, we also, with Pages struggling a little bit, him kind of like pinch hitting for him late in games, the last couple games, and then giving Alex Cole the opportunity to start in Game 5. Kind of like it was a hope for me to kind of get in the lineup, but at the same time I was like rooting for my teammates and rooting for my guys, because regardless who is in there, we're trying to accomplish something together, which is something that everybody in this clubhouse, whoever you talk to, no one is gonna put like themselves before the team, and they shouldn't. And this the same thing was for me. Like I was ready for the opportunity. I know Doc. He went to me during the regular season. He have gone to me in the past when times are rough, because I bring something to the table that many don't know, but like the energy that you can actually put in the lineup and playing the game and playing like it's your last game and kind of leaving it all out there on the field is something that the team probably needed. And you probably get that majority of the times by rookies and young players that are really energetic, that plays with no fear. And that's what I feel like. I play the game every single day. I play every single game like it's my last game. It's like my game 7 of the World Series. And I feel like I was ready for the opportunity. And Doc told me after Game 5 that I was starting Game 6 in Toronto. So I was ready for the challenge.
Yeah, as Joe Davis said, he has that hit in over a month, and you did have some hits in that wild card round against the Reds. Had to hit a home run since September 19th off Robbie Ray and Clayton Kershaw's final start at Dodger Stadium. But how are you able to mentally just stay locked in to when you got that opportunity to step right in, play the defense that you play, give those quality at-bats? What was that process like? Because it's a long postseason.
Yeah, I did it through a lot of preparation. I feel like my work ethic and kind of like don't take my foot out of the gas pedal was really important. I went to the field every single day like I was playing. I did my routine defensively like I always do in the afternoon. I was trying to get there at the same time, never take myself away from the opportunity that it was probably going to present itself. I play Game 3. I play almost for 9 innings. I don't remember how many innings I played that day, but kind of like those at-bats right there kind of like got me into it. I feel like after Game 6, I felt way better at the plate because I saw some of the velocity, uh, balls coming off my bat, putting the ball in play. All that was really huge for me to kind of like having the opportunity to have a big game in Game 7, and I mean a lot of people trust me, and I can say I can address it enough how much confidence helps. When you have the confidence from your teammates, from your manager, from the front office, from the people who just around the game, and they want you in there. I have conversation with Oro Hershiser or Gary Hairston Jr. and Mota and those guys around the cage. They always tell me, "Hey, stay ready because you're gonna get a chat." So when I got the chance, I actually showed them that I was ready for it, and that's what kind of kept me motivated. Everybody around me.
Yeah, because you did get those 2 at-bats in Game 3. You laid down that sack bunt when Doc pinch hit Kiké for you. So you got that opportunity, and then you got the 3 at-bats in Game 6. How much of the home run and what happened in Game 7 is just because you did get those opportunities? You're in the World Series and kind of take down the nerves of that at-bat in Game 7. How important was it to get that playing time in Game 3 and Game 6 based on what we saw in Game 7?
Yeah, always having like to face live pitching in the highest stage of the year is really important because you're always gonna gather information, how they're gonna pitch you, how they're gonna approach you, especially coming off the bench. You're expecting that they're gonna throw you a lot of fastballs because you haven't played in such a long time, and they don't want to give you an opportunity to give you something slow so you can actually like catch up with your bat speed. Your bat speed shouldn't be um, adjusted to 100 mile per hour, 98 mile per hour with these guys throwing that hard. So it feels like I gathered a lot of information with those at bats. I know in Game 3 I faced 2 lefties. In Game 6 I faced all righties. So for me, those at bats against righties in Game 6 really helped me a lot. But I think what kind of like consumed the moment of hitting the home run was my base hit against Scherzer. I was able to back the ball up, hit a base hit to my pull side, which is when I'm really good, I'm pulling the ball the right way, and that gave me confidence going into my last at bat right there in the 9, and I could put a good swing on it. The at bat was great overall, but I think the swing was because of the confidence that I have from before.
And how much of that confidence comes from some of the team leaders in that clubhouse? You mentioned the story with Mookie Betts in the shower, and he coming over to talk to you. What kind of went on that interaction, and just how important was just the leaders of this team, which you are one of, believing you, knowing, hey, when you get an opportunity, we believe in this guy, and you came up in the biggest way possible?
Yeah, I got 2 moments with teammates that kind of like gonna stay with me forever. One of them was with Kiké in Game 5. We were taking ground balls before the game, and he gave me a hug out of nowhere. It was a weird hug in the middle of like playing defense, and he grabbed me from behind and he said, "Miggy, I know how you're feeling right now because I wasn't starting Game 5." And he say, "You gotta stay ready because you might get an opportunity tomorrow. It might be you tomorrow. After this game, you never know if it's gonna be you tomorrow for Game 6." And I say, "Appreciate it. Thank you for giving me this," and kind of like checking on me because it was necessary, because at the time I wasn't feeling great with myself, and like with the series, and like being down at that moment, it was tough. And then the other one was Mookie, getting out of the shower. We're kind of like getting ready, getting together, and he checked on me as well. He asked me how am I doing because he knows how hard it is. After play a big part during the regular season, I wasn't playing that much. I wasn't really getting at bats or opportunities to play. And Mookie and Kiké checking on me was huge because gave me the confidence that the guys are thinking of me. They're thinking that I'm a big part of what they're doing. And I'm always saying, you know what? I can be negative about it because it's not about me. It's about the team. And it's about you guys kind of performing and kind of like delivering for us. And when it's my chance, I'm going to be ready to go. And that's exactly what happened.
That's incredible stuff. I love to hear that. I mean, just think about if it's December 2014 when you got traded and Kiké was in the trade, and you had D. Strange Gordon, you had Austin Barnes, you had those pieces, and then both of you guys would be on the same team and have that bond that you do have. And then, of course, there was the play that we saw in Game 6, that double play one of the greatest double plays you're ever going to see in the ninth inning. Kiké charging in. He makes the catch. It looked like he was even looking at the ball. It looks like he was looking at Barger. And then somehow, some way, you get there and you make that pick. It's on your back left leg. What are you seeing in that situation? And do you remember kind of being a part of double plays like that in the past?
No, it's really hard to have a double play that end the game in a 7-4.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
really hard because a lot of things have to happen. It have to be a bad read from the runner because the ball was in the air for a long time there. Kiké getting a great jump because that ball could have like landed there, the game's tie, and who knows what's gonna happen after, So I feel like a lot of good things happen in that play that I can break out for you guys. Kiké got a great jump, but the ball was always on the lights. He told me afterwards that he was so afraid of like the ball like not end up on his glove. But he said, you know what, I got no other choice. I gotta keep going. I gotta trust my instincts that I'm gonna get to where I feel that the ball was gonna be. So he got a great read. Kiké got great instincts, and he got this ability to kind of slow the game down in the biggest moment. He listened to the crack of the bat. He always mentioned it to me. Like, I don't know why, but I can feel like the crowd stops every time the ball crossing the strike zone. And that, I think that's something that just Kiké can do, or not many players can do that. I can do it. So for me, the jump, the closing in the ball, kind of like not panicking in the biggest moment right there, and kind of put your glove where your mind think the ball was going to be. And then for him to kind of like throw the ball on the run, kind of across his body, making the best throw that he can make in that situation. For me, my only responsibility right there is like catch this ball at all costs, And I mean, I'm blessed, and you guys already know I'm blessed with great hands, and I feel like that's what gave me the opportunity to get to the big leagues and kind of like kept me around and gave me the opportunity to develop my bat. And I feel like that's the reason why I was able to catch a ball and kind of make an unbelievable play that is going to be playing forever in the story of the World Series.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and Kiké, it's like baseball IQ 200, baseball geniuses. What do you say after that play? Like, I mean, because that play, the game's over. You guys just look at each other and smile. You kind of break it down. I mean, do you remember what that interaction's like after the fact?
Yeah, I mean, we hug, and we were like really, really excited about the play because we knew as baseball players, we know how hard it is that to, I mean, for that to happen. Like I said, a lot of things have to happen the right way, but I feel like we hugged so hard that it kind of my rib was out of place out of that, and my arm was kind of dead for a second there, and I didn't have a great night of sleep because of our celebration and getting so pumped up. I don't get pumped up like that often. I'm kind of trying to keep my calm, and I don't like to celebrate that much that way. But I feel like that moment, kind of like all the emotions were out. We're forcing game 7. The momentum is on our side now, and we knew really good things could happen.
Yeah, you were so fired up. You don't really see you that fired up. You're always just cool, calm, and collected, making plays while you're mic'd up, things like that. And you were just absolutely fired up. It was so cool to see that. And then, of course, you go to Game 7. Now, before we get to the home run, one thing I want to ask you about is the moment between Jimenez and Justin Robleski. And there's people saying that when the bench is cleared, that Hoffman was a guy that was talking a lot in that situation. Did that moment maybe, because it's Game 7, right? You guys are all champions. You don't need any more motivation than you already have. And we know that you guys have that will to win. But was there something to that situation that kind of spark something maybe? And just what do you remember from that interaction between both clubs?
Oh, what I remember is Robleski throwing the ball extremely well throughout the playoff and having that opportunity there to keep us close in the game. I remember the 2 pitches before that, and Jimenez kind of like acting like he wants to get hit by pitch. And then when he actually does, he's saying something to Robo, and Robo is one of my favorites. And I always giving a hard time because it's like I consider him a rookie, but not because he's a rookie. It's just like he coming from a place of love. He knows he's one of my favorites, even though I'm always asking for beers on the bus and water and kind of like calling him into the mic to sing a song and stuff like that. I feel like that moment was my moment to kind of step up for him and having his back. I wasn't going to let like roll, get into a fight, or getting him in trouble in that situation wasn't his responsibility. I was gonna take it from him, and that's why I was the first guy out there for him because I really love Robo, and I mean what he's been doing for the team, and the way that he's been kind of like progressing and maturing and doing all that. That's what I remembered about that moment. I didn't see the interaction of Hoffman with the rest of the guy because I was like right here trying to get Roll out of there and kind of like taking my role as a veteran player and trying to kind of handle it the way that I know. But at the end of the day, kind of like that moment right there might maybe spark a little bit something of our guys and fire everybody up because even the guys who were on the bench, they were out there and they were ready to go.
Yeah, because I mean, look, you guys are the nicest dudes, like, but you're also the baddest dudes too. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you don't want to poke the bear, and it felt like you guys just like after that, okay, like we already were gonna win this, but now, if we see Hoffman again, we'll see what happens, and then that brings up the moment, the top of the ninth. You look at that Dodgers dugout, see some faces. Oh no, are we gonna lose the World Series? And Miguel Rojas steps up to the plate, and you get that slider. You crush it. I got to know when that ball hits the bat and Hoffman delivers it, you kind of got out in front of the slider a little bit, right? You kind of look like you're leaning like on that side of the plate. Do you think that ball's gone off the bat?
No, definitely not because I kind of like hit it. I hit it well because I mean, after I see the numbers and all that, and I didn't feel anything on my bat. That's kind of like the reason why I feel like I got an extra base hit. To be honest with you, because just I was out front, kind of like on my front leg. I felt like the ball wasn't gonna have enough to get over the fence, especially this fence in Toronto is kind of like high to clear the bullpen right there. I felt like I hit it good enough to have an extra base hit, and I was running hard to get to second base because I knew it was gonna be important for Shohei to hit with someone in scoring position. And when the ball cleared the fence, man, it was like kind of like one of the best moments of my life, like seeing a ball leaving the stadium because I knew how important it was for us to tie the game in that situation for us to have the opportunity to win another championship.
Now, it was not only one of the best moments in your life, it was one of the best moments in all of our lives too, because you're talking about a home run. It was the only game-tying home run in the ninth inning of a Game 7 in World Series history. I mean, right after the game ended, I jumped on and said, hey, Miguel Rojas just hit the most important home run in Dodgers history. And that's saying something because this is a storybook franchise. You got Kirk Gibson, you got Freddie Freeman, all-time great moments. That happens in Game 1. And who knows what happens after that. But if you don't hit that home run, look, you got Shohei coming up and you never know. But there's a world where there's no back-to-back, there's no dynasty. Have you kind of been able to process just how significant that home run is? I mean, you can't tell the story of the Los Angeles Dodgers or the Brooklyn Dodgers without a chapter on Miguel Rojas now because of how important that home run is. It just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah, same right here, man. That's what I'm telling you. Like it's been six days already since that happened, and I'm still living the dream. I'm daydreaming every single day, thinking about how it was possible for me to do that. Of all of people, of all of players that are kind of like in this lineup, all the stars, it happens to me in the biggest moment of my kind of like my baseball career because I never played against 7 before, so having that opportunity to do it in front of a million and million of fans watching the game and the ones who were over there at Rogers Center, it was like really impressive. And like you say, I'm not gonna shy away from what happened and how this is gonna be part of history because it was, and that comes with like the whole hard work that you do every single day, the opportunities that you have to play this game for so long. But that didn't happen if we didn't have a Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That didn't happen if we don't have a Freddie Freeman that who hit a home run. Like everything is important. Definitely for me, it's great that I was part of history right there. But I have to put my teammates in front of me because there's no Game 7 if Yoshinobu doesn't throw the complete game. There's no Miguel Rojas homer if Freddie doesn't hit that walk off in that game. So I feel for me, I'm really proud and really happy for the chance. But at the end of the day, it's about the team. It's not about myself.
Yeah, no, I mean, even the sack flies earlier that game, just grinding to get to that point. But yeah, I love that you point that out. I mean, you got Shohei and Freddie, and then that's what you love about baseball. I mean, Miguel Rojas is truly. I mean, a lot of people throw legend, GOAT, right, all this stuff. But I mean, Miguel Rojas is literally a World Series legend, a Dodgers legend. You had to hit a home run of a right-hander, and you had one in 192 plate appearances. I mean, there's that aspect of it as well. There's just the tension of the moment. And then you round the bases. You see that more Miguel Rojas emotion that we kind of saw in Game 6 out of the double play. Really fired up. A lot of players talk about blacking out in those moments. But what do you remember? I remember all the players like hitting you hard, slapping you, yelling, LFG, that kind of stuff. But what do you remember specifically from any of your teammates from that moment?
No, I mean, it was a pure emotion. Everybody was so fired up that we got the opportunity to tie that game and be in that situation. But I was in the moment. I didn't black out. I remember everything that happened. Kind of like I was thinking about my wife. My wife had a really good intuition that I was gonna do something big to help the team win and to be part of something really special. So for me, it was a combination of a lot of things, like having my family in the stands, knowing that my wife was like so pumped up for me because it happened, the moment happened, and then getting to the dugout and getting to see the faces and the celebration with everybody was really cool.
Yeah, I know. I saw that story about your wife, and I was just going to ask you about that. By the way, they need to give your wife a World Series ring too. I mean, she deserves one.
She's gonna get one for sure. Like I don't know if they're gonna give it to her, but I'm gonna take care of that for sure.
Absolutely. So that's the story, right? Your wife told you were going to hit a home run, and at that point, you had just 2 at bats in the series. You had to hit a home run since September 19th. Where did your wife tell you this, and what was your reaction to it?
Yeah, she's been telling me this whole like kind of postseason because I wasn't playing in the NLCS, and I was kind of like like coming home and talking to her and say the one day I says after we win the National League champions, right? So I came home and I said, you think I'm gonna get a hit in the World Series this time? And she always said, you know what? Don't worry about it because you're going to get in the game and you're going to have an opportunity to do something really big and you're going to impact the game. Don't worry. Just when you get the opportunity, don't be scared or don't be nervous because everything is going to happen and you will see you're going to hit a home run. And she always said, you're going to hit a home run against Mark Scherzer. And that's the only part that she was right on cue because Scherzer started game 7. I'm starting. It was a great possibility right there for me to hit a home run. But it happens in a even bigger moment when it was a 9 and we already talked about history and everything that happened in that moment.
Did she bring it up after and say, I told you so? See, now you believe? What did she say?
Of course she did. And I mean, it was a great opportunity for us to kind of like having that moment for us. It was really special. And she don't want me to keep talking about it because she cringed over it because I mean there were people like asking her for interviews during the celebration. So she wanted to keep it between us for sure. But I mean you guys can ask about it and do that all that.
That's special stuff. And then I saw you had a moment with Shohei Ohtani after the home run. Just kind of what was that like? And it's kind of that relationship kind of culminating in that moment. I mean, what was that like?
Yeah, something that I wasn't expecting for real. Shohei came after he flew out to left field. I tied the game, and then I'm kind of like by the bat rack right there, and he said, "Miggy, you can't retire after this year. You have to play 10 more years." And that was pretty special, like that talks a lot about what this team is, a full family, kind of like everybody's getting happy for the other guy, and just for Shohei to do that and kind of like give me the opportunity to kind of feel good about myself there. It talks a lot about the personalities on this team.
I mean, you told me you want to play one more year. I mean, now you're going to listen to Shohei, maybe stretch that out. Maybe, I mean, this means you're a lock to be back, by the way.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know what's gonna happen. I already talked to you about like being here for another year would be huge for me. I wanna sign with the Dodgers and having the opportunity to be here. So I mean I would love to make that happen and getting something figured out with the Dodgers.
Have you got any indication? Have you had any conversations with the organization?
No, not yet. I wanna give the organization the opportunity to kind of like build their plan and kind of like think what they're gonna do for the future. Um, I mean, I'm not in a rush. I'm gonna wait, and I know I'm gonna have a chance to talk to Andrew, but I kind of know how everything works. Like after the season's over, you have to make all your move to fill up your roster with the move that happened yesterday and all that. You have to take care of the options. You have to take care of a lot of things before you start in signing free agents. So it's not my first time in like in the off season. So I feel like I got plenty of time and we got trust that we can get up to somewhere. And I can't wait to talk to Andrew and explain them why I want to be here.
Yeah, and we've heard this from players. Joe Kelly said it. Clayton Kershaw's kind of hinted at it, where if I'm going to continue my career, it's only going to be with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Would that apply to you as well? Would you want to play for any other team? Because I mean, you still got something left in the tank, and coming off of the series that you had, the year you had really as a whole, I mean, against lefties and just the defense and everything, would you only continue your career with the Los Angeles Dodgers, Miguel?
I would say I want to go back and play for the Dodgers, especially what happened during the World Series. I think we deserve an opportunity to three-peat together. You know, that's something that I always gonna say. That is my main motivation. It's not about me getting money or getting the right deal or anything like that. It's like keeping this core together for one more year and give us an opportunity to three-peat. I think that's the biggest motivation for me right now. It's not about getting a contract or showing them that I can play somewhere else for more money or anything like that. I really love the opportunity that we had to kind of keep the same guys, bringing Kiké back, bringing Teo back, bringing all the guys back for 1 year to go back to back. It was amazing. I think we deserve an opportunity to stay together, at least the core, and the guys who've been here for a long time. I think we deserve an opportunity to run it back.
Yeah, I mean, what would that mean to you to continue your career? Because Kiké Hernandez is a free agent, but hey, this is a team, like you mentioned, they have a chance of doing very special. Three-peating is one of the most difficult things you can do, especially in baseball. What would it mean to you to kind of run it back with Kiké Hernandez, and how important do you think it is for them to bring him back as well? Because there's just so many things you guys do.
Yeah, well, the core is already set. We got the starting pitcher. They're gonna be here for a long time. We have a lot of good arms that they're gonna be locked in for a long time. So we just have to kind of like get together with a couple guys. Bringing Kike back, obviously, months opportunity to have one more year with the team with the option, and Besia and the guys who kind of like were pending on some contracts issues. I think they're starting to do it, and I think I mean they're always gonna be ready to add some talent and some people who are hungry to win another championship and to win their first championship. And I think that's really important as well. But I feel like it will be really, really cool to kind of have the same guys in the clubhouse and kind of run it back in 3 months from now. Like we're 96 days away from reporting to the spring training. So I promise you guys something. We will be ready. Whatever the situation is, we'll be ready in spring training, and we're going to start working out and being ready to go really soon. I can't wait.
Yeah, look, with Shohei as your agent, you're definitely going to be back. I'll call it right. Not only going to be back, Miguel, I think you're getting a bobblehead. I think you might get multiple bobbleheads.
I really hope so. I really hope so, because that's one of the things that I've been waiting for, and I've been really like kind of patient about it. But I mean, getting a bobblehead from the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium will be one of the things that I want to do before I retire.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening, Miguel. There's no doubt about it. I got a comment here that says, ask Miggy why he dyes his hair blonde every offseason, because we love it. I mean, is there like an offseason tradition where you dye your hair blonde?
Well, I did it last year. We won, right? In 24.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? The blonde hair.
Do it again for the boys. And I did it again, and we won again. So October of 26.
The secret to this dynasty, your wife's predictions, your hair, there's a lot that goes into it. Couple other things too. I want to talk about the play to save the game in the bottom of the ninth, because I mean, if you hit that home run and you don't win that game, it's not the same, right? Obviously, you lose it. It would have been a great clutch moment, no doubt about it. But now it's legendary fair because you're able to win that game, and it almost felt like, as great as the home run was, your play at the plate to get IKF to save the day. I want to ask you this. As the baseball aficionado that you are, future manager of the Dodger, what do you think about IKF's lead at third base and just not sliding, and just kind of how that whole play went down?
Well, the thing is, like, the lead is something that kind of like every organization run it different. And when you're running at third base right there, especially what happened the night before, you don't want to get double up, you know? You're not expecting, as an offense, you're not expecting a ground ball right there, you know? Like, you're not trying to beat the throw out to home plate. You're expecting the hitter to do their job, you know, and kind of like driving something in the outfield, you know? Like, it's not, I don't think it's a IKF fault that he have a short lead and he have to wait. He can really be cheating there. He can be really like be on contact because his base is loaded. All you have to do is like put the ball in the outfield. And when he hit the ball in the infield, right, that I just feel like he did whatever he can to kind of like beat the throw to the plate. I mean, you're thinking about like maybe running to the plate right there, but I mean, you always being told that you have to slide just in case, you know? So, I mean, there's a lot of point of views right there. I mean, at the end of the day, I got the out. I didn't get a good jump on that ball. I'm glad he wasn't having a bigger lead. Muncy did an amazing job keeping it there. You know, faking that he was gonna pick off at some time, and that's an amazing job all around. And that's a play that we can show in the future for our organization to get better on offense and defense as well.
Yeah, because it blows my mind is Varsho had never lined to the left side all year, and he's a pull hitter. And then for you, one thing that kind of made me just gasp when I'm screaming is you stumbled a little bit there.
I did.
And then you still got it together, made that throw, and then the Will Smith tapping on the plate. What do you remember from just the throw and the exchange, and how impressed were you with the way that Will Smith played that?
No, I get anxiety every time I watch it play because first off, I went back on the ball. It wasn't a good read. Then I stumble. I couldn't set my feet the way that I wanted after I slide. And then I thought for a second that the game was going to be over, that it wasn't going to have enough time to get it there in time to make the play. So it was crazy, man. Every time I watch that play, I know it was huge, it was big, but it gets me kind of anxiety because I know how close it was, and I'm just happy that it worked out our way.
The clip of you leaning over and you take that deep breath. I'm like, you saw the World Series flash before our eyes. You're able to make that play. I know you and Kiké talked to Yoshi and you communicate with him, and you saw the dog that he was going on 0 days rest. What'd you tell him after this one, and just how proud are you of him for what he was able to do for this team, World Series MVP?
Yeah, I've been telling him thank you ever since the game that he pitched in Milwaukee. Complete game there, complete game in game 2. It's just like, it's everything that you can ask for. I told him thank you to go to the bullpen the other day for game 3 in the 18 innings. So he was going to be able to pitch. He was firing balls already and being ready to do it. I feel like that's what you want. You know, you want guys who kind of like do everything for the team, even though there's next year for him, and then there's 11 more years for him in this team. He understands the situation, and he kind of like giving everything that he have, especially in October, knowing that he have time to prepare. That guy deserves his flowers, and I know Yoshinobu Yamamoto is gonna go into one of the biggest star of the Dodgers ever have.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. And Clayton Kershaw, sending him out with the World Series. You guys have been on this journey together. You're a part of his history forever. The play you made to save his no-hitter. What that mean to you to just see him go out like a champion?
Yeah, it's huge. I think Kersh deserves everything that happened to him. A 3-time World Series champion is better than 2. And for Kersh to kind of like be a crucial part of us this year, taking the ball in over 25 games this year and kind of like do his thing, even though he was his last year and he said it that he wanted to retire. He retired as a champ in the way that he's supposed to retire. You know, he pitched maybe one of the more critical outs of our series, and he did it the right way. He got that out, and that's why I always say, if Kershaw didn't get that guy out, there might be not Game 7, and Miguel Rojas is not this guy talking to everybody right now with the opportunity to come down in Dodgers legend and history. And I gotta say thank you to all my teammates to fight and to put me in that position.
Yeah, that's what makes this World Series so incredible is because, I mean, you got the Shohei's reaching base 9 times, and then you got Will Klein, right? I mean, there's just so many people had a hand in this championship. And a couple more to ask you is, there was a point this season where everyone said, oh, this is a Dodgers team they're disappointing because they didn't win 150 games or whatever, right? And then you had the Yoshi no-hitter almost. It goes 8 2/3. After that game in Baltimore, you guys regular season and postseason went 28-9. That's 122 win pace after that game. Was that the turning point of the season, or can you pinpoint a turning point, a moment, maybe something in the clubhouse that really just sparked this whole run?
I think yeah, it happened after those 2 tough series that we have. We got swept in Pittsburgh. That didn't feel great. And then we went to Baltimore after that, and we needed everything that Yoshi and Kirsch did it. We just talking about them. Yoshi did that, took the no-hitter into the 9, 1 pitch away from getting it, and we losing that game. I think that was after a meeting that we have with Doc, and I think we played really well. But that meeting in Baltimore with Doc, kind of like talking about expectations and making the last 6 weeks of the season the most important ones. I think, definitely have to be turning point there. I'm not gonna tell you that we started play great after that, but I feel like the commitment of being for each other for 6 more weeks and having the opportunity to repeat, it was pretty cool. I was even wrong when the season started. I say that we were gonna be that we were gonna break the record and win 120 games if we stay healthy. We didn't do that, but we did something even cooler.
Trust
is winning back to back.
Miguel, all we care about is the 13 that you won in October and early November. Okay, so we're totally fine. There's something about a clean morning shave that just hits different, and the razor from House of Atlas has become part of my relaxing ritual. From drinking coffee to watching the Dodgers win the titles. Wait a minute, start it off again. There's something about a clean morning shave that just hits different, and the razor from House of Atlas has become part of my relaxing morning ritual. From drinking coffee to watching the Dodgers win titles to manifesting even more, whether you're heading into the office or getting ready for off-season events, it's a perfect way to clean up that facial, clear your head, and start fresh. And this thing's no joke. From the team behind Athena Club, the woman's razor everyone's obsessed with, they've brought the same care and quality to the men's side. Stop wasting time and money on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Grab House of Atlas now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. And what I love about it personally, I just love the 5 precision blades because of their serum strip that makes my shave super smooth, and the precision trim edge is perfect for cleaning up your sideburns with no cuts. It also looks cool. I've got the black one, and it's just the best looking razor around. It's the best one I've ever owned. If you want to go clean shaven too, like a Shohei Ohtani, or just tighten up those lines like your Teoscar Hernandez, this razor's got you covered. So once again, do not waste any more money on other razors. Grab House of Atlas now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. Also want to ask you this. I mean, I saw that during the season, everyone's going to go through slumps. I mean, Max Muncy got off to a slow start, then went nuclear. Yourself, a little bit of a slump during the season. And I saw you mention just seeing on podcasts, people saying, oh, DFA and this and that. How close of attention are you paying to that kind of stuff? And if I told you in some of those moments this season that you would ultimately be the World Series hero, what would your reaction be to that? Was there any part of the season where you thought, hey, maybe I'm not going to be on this team, or things like that, just because things you're hearing and seeing?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like, I don't pay close attention to that, but those things get to you. somehow, through your family members, through your friends, through people who kind of like watching on Twitter or X or whatever it is, or your Instagram. You get a lot of people talking on podcasts and thinking that they have all the solutions at the time. And one of the things that I gotta say is like for fans, it's a really long season. You don't know when that player is gonna help you win a baseball game that is way more important than what is happening right now. And I think support goes a long way. I feel like I know it's hard because everybody wants the best of the athlete, and we all gotta be capable and kind of accountable for our actions and the way that we play. But it's a really long season. It's 162 games plus 20 something more that we play in the postseason. And I think it's really hard sometimes when you have to listen to that because it brings nothing good for the player. It's not gonna make you feel any better. It's not gonna make you work harder. It's not gonna make you. The only thing that it will get is for you, like for the player, not to talk to you anymore. If you're kind of like against the player that for the team that you're rooting for, it's okay to be critical and it's okay to kind of like keep the players accountable. But there's gotta be kind of like a sense of um humanity that kind of the player will like make something bigger after if you continue to support. That's something that I always say, and it's really hard because we all players go through it, and I mean it's part of our job, and I understand it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of you have to deal with that, and the fans and the people who think they know better and they have all the answers.
Yeah, it's like Tommy Lasorda used to say, if I start listening to the fans, I'm going to be sitting there in the stands right next to him.
Right.
But I
Right.
think for you, it's like, I mean, just observing, you do things that don't even show up on the box score, just the leadership, taking guys under your wing. And then there's also the versatility, still great defender. I mean, you started to get hot when you got more playing time. But was there ever a fear during the season? Hey, I might not end the year with the Dodgers. And then you combine that with the fact that you're the World Series hero. I mean, were you thinking about that at all towards this moment?
Yeah, in the middle of the year, I wasn't confident that I didn't know that I was gonna if I gonna be included into the postseason roster or if I was gonna be a big part of it. Because I wasn't playing much, I wasn't performing up to my abilities. But I mean, I never lost faith on myself, and that's something that I was really proud about, and I always gonna take that with me. And just never give up on myself. It was important. But yeah, like you say, there were times that I was talking to my agent to figure out or trying to figure out if I was gonna have a short leash, or if I don't perform well for another 2 weeks or whatever, they were gonna let me go. And that happens with all the moves that happen in the middle of the year. But I feel like what I bring to the table in the clubhouse with the organization kind of bought me some more time there for me to kind of like continue to play and having the chance to help at some point.
Awesome. And a couple more here. What it mean for you to have Dave just stick with you this entire season, the postseason? Just can you talk about your relationship? Because it almost feels like, I mean, Dave, of course, is going to be here as long as he wants, but it almost does feel like, I mean, you could be like a manager and you're kind of like, the communication there's almost like he's mentoring you to be a manager someday. Is there any, I mean, am I wrong there? Or do you think that there's something to that?
Well, that dog is always been kind of like a really good friend of mine, and we have a relationship for 3 years now that we really know each other. He really cares about my family. I care about them, and I feel like that's what we have. We have a true relationship that we can take for forever, no. But at the end of the day, it's like I trying to be a help for him in the clubhouse when I'm playing on the field. I'm trying to make his job easier. And I mean, after my playing career, if Doc wants me to be there with him, that will be a great opportunity for me to continue to learn from one of the best. The guy is gonna go to the Hall of Fame. I think Dave Roberts has been kind of the best manager in the world just because you have the best team in the world and you have like a lose-lose kind of relationship with everybody, because if you don't win, it's because of you, because you have the best team in the world, and it's really hard to be on his shoes. And I always tell him, hey, I really appreciate what you do because you do it the right way and you kind of keep everybody kind of motivated to come here and play hard for you.
What do you think of his reaction to your home run? That's an all-time great meme with his, he's looking shocked. What do you think about that?
Yeah. that he was shocked. He didn't know that I was capable of doing that. And I'm gonna tell him, hey dog, don't ever have doubt on me that I can do that again.
All right, two more. How many times have you watched the home run, Miguel?
More than 1,000, I think, just because of the interactions, just the interaction. Not because I go and review it. It's because I got it sent a lot, to me, and I got mentioned on it on social media, and I mean it's on TV everywhere you go, And I'm doing a lot of media stuff right now, and I'm like they keep playing it, so it's gotta be over 1,000.
Man, I didn't think anyone could have me beat. But for me, I got on YouTube, just scrub it back. I refreshed it on Twitter, but you're just like seeing it from all angles. Was there someone that reached out to you after the home run that maybe surprised you a little bit?
Yeah, a really famous soccer player that plays for the Real Madrid, the goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. So he's a big fan of baseball. So he came last year to LA. We got the opportunity to like cross, and he gave me a signed jersey and a signed glove. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in Madrid next month when I'm going there with my family.
Are you a Madrista? A la Madrid.
I don't really like soccer. I don't watch, but I mean I really respect what those guys do.
Awesome. Well, hey, Miguel, we could have you here for hours just because we just want to relive this. But I just want to say, from Dodgers fans, Dodgers Nation, you gave millions and millions and millions of people pure joy. Like you really did. And you really are a Dodgers legend. You can't tell the story of Dodger baseball without Miguel Rojas. And I think that's just an incredible thing because no one deserves it more than you. Like Dave Roberts said, baseball will reward you, and it absolutely did too. One of the best guys in the game. So we thank you so much for joining us here at Dodgers Nation, and enjoy the offseason.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. And Dodgers Nation, thank you for the support and believe in me. Stick with me on the high and the lows, and really enjoy this one because you guys deserve it. You guys are back-to-back champions, and we all did it for you guys, the fans. The love that you guys give us every single day, packing that stadium every single day, 50,000 plus, regardless of what day of the week. You guys deserve it, and I mean, you guys gonna have a Dodger here forever.
And the bobblehead, I'm guaranteeing it. The road gray, the emotion, we need a whole series. We need the bobblehead of the home run. We need you on the ground after the double play. We need you with the after the getting ICAF. But I guarantee a bobblehead next year for you, Miguel. And like I said, enjoy the offseason. And thank you for everything you did for this team and this franchise, this fan base. And we know you got time to rest now, man. You just rest up and get ready for those negotiations with Andrew. That's for sure.
For sure.
Thank
you very much.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.